Hello there, and welcome again to Cast Up Show. Thank you so much for watching the last episode. Today, we are going to be touching up on relationships. Okay, so basically, relationships have become a huge problem. I don't know if you would agree with me, but relationships have become a really, really huge problem in society. But whereas before it was something that you would be happier about, you'd be so happy being in a relationship. Now it sort of feels as if you're in a burden. There's just so much, so much to it. It's not as straightforward as it used to be. So before we get into this, today is going to actually be something different. We are going to have a guest actually. So let's just wait for her to answer. Hello, Smangaliso. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
You are live on the Cast Up Show. And I'm just going to be asking you a few controversial questions on relationships. So all I just need from you is to hear your perspective on this.
Thanks
So
for having me.
I'll ask you. The first question is, um, okay. Do you think it is possible to be friends with an ex?
To be quite frank, I think it is actually possible to be friends with an ex, but it depends as well on the grounds that you left that relationship.
The grounds that you ended the relationship.
Yeah.
And what grounds would not be okay for you not to then be friends with the ex?
Obviously, toxic grounds. You guys didn't end on a good note.
But
so why would you want to be friends with that person though?
Okay.
Why would you even want to talk to them and interact with them?
That makes sense. So okay. But you can be toxic and then maybe grow out of it. Maybe you're better off as friends than as partners.
There's this thing that says if they want to change themselves, if they change themselves,
Okay.
I don't think people change the.
Okay. So okay. That makes sense. All right. I have another question. Okay. Do you think if you were to choose to be in a relationship or to be single forever, what would you choose? Well, the relationship coming with, well, not only problems, but with all the problems that relationships come with and all the good things that relationships come with, or be single the rest of your life?
I wouldn't want to be single for the rest of my life. I'd rather be in a relationship. And like you said, it will come with the good and the bad. And that's like something that's inevitable.
Okay.
I don't think anyone wishes to be single, to be quite honest. I mean, they do up until like a certain
A
age.
certain point.
And
Okay.
there's an age where it's like, no, I need to settle. I actually need my better half.
Okay. What?
But it's not nice doing this life alone, I think.
Okay. You know how back then people used to get married way early, sometimes even 16, 17, you know that? And then that was the right time to get married. Now in these modern times, at what age do you think is appropriate to marry?
I know there's a common saying where people say there's actually no perfect or like the right age to actually get married.
Okay.
But in my own opinion, I think you should get, from a woman's perspective, you should get married when you've achieved certain things in life, like set goals for yourself.
As a woman?
For example, like, well, I guess it goes both sides. I'm speaking from my, for both sides rather.
Okay.
There's certain things that you want to achieve before you get married, and this will obviously not happen when you're 16, 17, because you're still like in high school or first year in uni. And you can only like start pursuing certain goals like your career, probably want to start maybe a business, I don't know. But I feel like you should get married after you've like achieved certain things.
So
and
like
that would probably be like late 25.
So like maybe
30.
build your career and things like that.
Yeah.
So do you think if you were to, because obviously before you get married, you're in a relationship with someone, you know, you're in the dating stage, the engagement stage, blah, blah, blah. Do you think you should, like, should you prioritize your relationship or your career?
I would prioritize my career. Definitely prioritize your career.
Okay.
Men will leave, like they will leave.
Men will leave. My gosh.
I always think men will leave.
Who hurt you? Who hurt you?
That I always tell myself. I won't mention, but there's this thing that I always tell people, like, if I'm dating someone and then they move jobs to like another country.
Okay.
And if we're not married, I'm not going there. Like, I'm not going to that country. I'm still going to do my job, like, in the country that I'm in.
Okay.
I will not, I won't follow a man.
Okay.
Not unless we're married. Or if they're like, yeah, not unless we're married. If we're just dating, we're just girlfriend and boyfriend, no, I'm not going to leave. Or there's this thing where you guys are dating in uni.
Yes.
Or rather like high school, and then you guys part ways for uni. You're obviously going to go to different universities, and then one will opt not to go like overseas because
of the
my boyfriend is here, so I cannot go there. Like, no. So pursue your career.
What happened to true love?
So like, I'll never choose a relationship over my career. I'm sorry, it's just not gonna happen.
Good. I'm sure. It's really good. I mean, I have a whole lot of questions there. What? Okay. I mean, are you saying, like, regardless of how much in love you feel you're with this person, you would still choose your career over the person?
Definitely, I will, because like I've invested so much in that. I mean, same goes for the relationship, but I don't think a relationship is guaranteed, to be quite honest.
Is a career guaranteed?
Yes.
Okay.
I think to a greater extent.
Okay.
Than a relationship is.
All right. Okay. No, that's fine. I'll take you to the next questions. I think maybe I'll have 3 or 4 more questions for you. These are maybe 1 or 2 of them will be a bit controversial. You're allowed to say you don't want to answer them. It would be interesting if you do. Okay. One of them is, do you think you should disclose your sexual history to your partner?
I don't think that question should actually ever come up.
Or you wouldn't want to know where your man has been, or what they call it, body count is?
I don't think it would bring any good or any bad thing. Like, I don't think it's a question that should even come up in any conversation.
Okay.
No one needs to know anyone's past. I don't think it helps anyone. And I don't think people should actually be asking those questions.
Okay.
So I would not expect to actually receive such a question.
So then how would you react if you were then asked such a question?
I also feel like I'll view that person differently.
Okay.
Like, I feel like that's so unattractive. Like, why are you asking me that?
Okay.
Like, why are we actually asking each other that? However, anyway, if I'm asked that question, I guess I'll answer, like, I've got no reason to lie. Also, depending, like, at what stage are we at in the relationship? Like, is it the beginning of the relationship?
Okay.
Or are we, like, deep in the relationship?
Okay. So at what stage is it okay is it tolerable to ask this question?
Like I said, it shouldn't come up. But I feel like it would be more appropriate if you asked me like the beginning, like at the beginning.
Oh, okay, okay.
And not like when we're like deep inside the relationship, like, like
Okay.
why?
Okay, okay. Understandable. Okay,
Yeah.
since you're a girl,
But
that's
people should not ask that question.
sorry. Oh, to the next question.
I
Since
just want
you're
to put it out there.
we have heard you loud and clear, ma'am. Okay.
Okay.
Since you're a lady that's goal oriented, someone that's really particular about their career paths, right? Do you think that
Mhm.
couples should merge their finances or they should keep them separate?
I don't want to sound stingy, but anyway, I do, I do feel like they should actually merge their finances.
Okay.
Are we speaking of married couples or dating couples?
Let's take it to married couples.
Oh, I guess they should definitely like merge their finances. And I feel like the guy should have more input when it comes to this.
Damn! Like on a percentage basis, what would this be?
Maybe a 70-30.
Ah! Damn!
Funny enough, this has always been me. Like if me and my husband, like if we're to say like the household income, you shouldn't include my income. The household income should be like his income.
Damn. So it's the whole kind of his money is our money and then your money is your money?
Exactly. Damn. I think that just makes sense though.
Dang.
You should be a man.
Do you
However, no, I get it. You do need to put something on the table though.
As a wife.
But I feel like it mustn't be as much as what your husband is putting on the table.
Okay. What if
I don't care if I'm earning more than him.
Damn. So he should put all his there even if you're making more money?
I mean, it makes sense though.
Dang, boys, you gotta hustle hard.
Be
Hustle
a man.
hard, boys. Okay. Okay, that actually makes sense. Okay. Do you think that if you're in a relationship, it's fair to break up with someone via text or social media? Is that fair?
I don't think it's fair, and I don't think it's okay.
Okay.
It's more appropriate. I was gonna say more professional, but it's more appropriate.
Well, you want to have a professional relationship. I mean, what is that? But okay. Okay, I understand. Okay.
It's more appropriate to actually like face that person and tell them like why. Because now imagine you're texting me why we're breaking up, and now you're listing your reasons over a text or like over a phone call. I don't think that it does justice. For me, it's not a breakup. Like we're still together.
It's not a break. Hey,
I need that closure.
This person would have explained to you that, look, man, we're breaking up. I can't do this anymore. I'm sorry. This has to end now.
You need to face me in the eyes and tell me we can't do it anymore.
Dang.
And give me reasons why. Like I need that closure. I think it's the same goes for like, you know how when someone dies and then now you have to do like a body view and stuff. Why do we do that? For closure, right? If I tell you that ABC died and then you never got to see that body, you never get that closure that they actually died.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. Everything just has to be done in person. It just makes more sense.
Okay.
So don't be a coward. Like, why are you texting though? Like, why would you text? Are you being a coward?
Boys, don't be cowards. But I mean, how would this guy have gotten you? It's not all guys that get you from, hollering at you straight up. Sometimes they tell you their story via text. No.
Doesn't make sense.
Okay.
But I get it. There are people who actually break up over phone calls and text, and I think it's only appropriate to do so if you're probably out of the country and you probably can't do the whole long distance. You guys are staying far apart and you can't do the whole long distance thing. And obviously, it just makes sense for me to actually video call me.
Okay, okay. That makes sense. That makes
I think it's more polite.
It's well, yes, it is more polite, but I mean, a breakup is not meant to be polite now, is it?
But it doesn't mean that we have to text though.
That's true.
Like we have to do it over text.
Okay.
It doesn't give it the right.
The last and final question for you, Smangaliso, is do you think it is possible to be in love with two people at the same time?
I can only speak for myself and from my experience. I don't think it's possible. I don't think it's possible. I do not know how that is possible. Although it has happened so many times.
It has happened to you so many times?
I know of no, not to me, to other people.
Okay.
People actually know of.
Okay.
I've also dated somebody who was in love with two people at the same time. That included myself.
Dang.
And another person.
Did you understand it? How did you know that? How did you know that he loved two people?
How did I know? I don't know how I knew, but we found out. Like you're obviously gonna find out at some point. You're gonna find out.
What do you mean we found out? When you say we, what do you mean we found out?
The three of us, him,
dang,
myself, and the girl he was dating as well.
My
so the three of us.
Gosh, yikes!
We found out.
Crazy.
Anyway, it is possible.
Okay.
But for me, I don't think it's possible.
Okay.
I feel like when you start dating the next person, you've literally chosen that person, and you do not want the first person that you are with.
Okay. Okay.
So I don't get how you're in love with two people at the same time.
At the same time. Okay. Okay.
It doesn't make sense to me. You don't love the first person that you fell in love with then. If you literally made effort to date the second person or to fall in love with the second person, you never loved the first person then.
Okay.
I don't think it makes sense.
Then what if he was dating another girl and then he fell in love with you? Then do you still feel he didn't love the first person, or is it just because you're more lovable?
He didn't love the first person enough, because if you had to go to the second person.
Okay. No.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your live interaction on the Cast Up Show. Do you have any questions you might want to ask me or the followers? Is there anything you might want to say or ask, rather?
Am I able to ask you the same questions you asked me?
Ask any question you want to ask. Let's go ahead.
I actually want to ask you the last question that you asked me. Sherman, is it possible to love two people at the same time?
Uncle Peng Peng, is it possible to love two people at the same time?
And wait. And okay, can I rephrase my question?
Rephrase.
Can you love two people? Yeah, can you love two people at the same time? With the same amount of love, like a 50-50. Can it ever be a 50-50? The same love you give A is the same love you give B. Let me ask it that way.
No.
It is possible actually to love two people at the same time, but is it possible to
love them 100% each? No.
To be in love with two people.
The love will not be equal. That is the honest truth.
Okay.
The love will not be equal.
Will the first love get more love than the second love?
Well, that then just depends on, like I said, how the dynamics of your your relationship. How person A or person B treats you can make you love them more, want them more than the other person?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't agree.
Did I answer did I answer your question to your satisfaction?
I want you to get to a point where you say,
Mm-hmm.
The reason why I fell in love with person B was because I didn't love person A enough.
I don't think I can get to that point.
Which concludes that you cannot love two people at the same time. That just makes sense.
I don't know, but I feel like this.
I mean, you can love. Wait, there's actually a difference with loving and being in love. You can, yeah. So you cannot be in love with two people at the same time.
Okay.
That means you love one more than the other, which means you cannot love two people at the same time. You cannot be in love, with two people at the same time.
Two people at the same time. Oh, makes sense. Please, everybody, type what you think in the comment section down below. Okay, no, understandable. Getting to that point is a little bit difficult to say, I love this person more than this one. But you are right. They will not be equal love. That is close to impossible. True. More than this one. But you are right. They will not be equal love. That is close to impossible. True. But thank you so much for having us and answering the call and participating in our question and answer for today.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. Have a good, is it afternoon? Is it evening? Have a good time.
It's evening where I am.
And take care of yourself.
You too.
Okay.